Hello again and welcome back to Legally Cited. This is Jesse here and I am back for another E3 kind of wrap-up thoughts video. We have a little bit of time between sessions today and there is a ton of stuff to talk about in the first couple of conferences that we watched today. So we are going to talk about the first two events that I watched of Sunday's E3 conferences, Microsoft and Bethesda, and Square Enix. And there is a lot to be intrigued about here. First thing I will say is if you have a PC and if you have an Xbox or both or whatever, at this point you pretty much have to own or you have to get Game Pass. I mean, they said like 30 titles, 27 appearing on Game Pass day one, meaning you only have to pay $15 a month for Ultimate and you get PC and console. And really that's all you have to pay. You might have to pay a little bit for extra DLC, but with all the games coming, I mean, Microsoft is just killing it right now. And there were a lot of games, so let's just dive right in here. I would play something and have something in the background, but there's just so much to... I got to look back at my phone to remember all the stuff that was talked about. I had to write a few things down. So naturally, we started with Starfield. Now, we didn't get any gameplay, unfortunately. We got some kind of theoretically in-game cinematic type of stuff. And it looks good, you know. I mean, it does look good. But I am very curious, you know, what the overall gameplay arc is going to be. Are you in one place? Are you going through like planet to planet? We will have to see. But as long as it doesn't get pushed back, theoretically, we will be able to play it in November of 2022. So yeah, it's about a year and a half out, give or take. If it does not get delayed, we will get to see Starfield finally. So next E3, that is definitely going to be one of the gameplay focuses, you can tell already, for Microsoft and Bethesda. Then we went to Stalker 2. You know, I played a little bit of the original Stalker. They had like some spin-offs and or expansions or whatever. But I tried the original Stalker and I don't know, there was just something about it that was kind of unforgiving and I don't know, I just couldn't get into it as much as I thought I would. But it's, you know, it's a first-person shooter. The other thing that I'm really wondering about that is, you know, it was audio described, the whole presentation was for Microsoft, which kudos again, just like Ubisoft. But, you know, so they were doing the description for all of the characters that were talking in this particular trailer and gameplay sequence. We're talking in Russian, I think. So if we don't have an English option... And I kind of doubt that the game is going to offer. Well, it could do multiple languages, but I don't think it's going. I don't know if it'll have text to speech or anything like that. So, if that's the case, the story in that will be largely not understandable for me. So I don't know. Well, that is definitely a wait and see game. And before I go any further, I want to just also mention something about the Xbox descriptive audio there. Yes, they did use one of Microsoft Voices. I even commented on it on the stream. And, you know, you could tell, yes, it had a little bit of robotic quality. I mean, it was natural, but there was something, I can't describe it, but, you know, there's something there where you can tell it's a synthesizer. I didn't really care, you know, I mean, it sounded fine. I seen a couple people that were just like, oh, I'm super disappointed in it. And, you know, I mean, if you're trying to hype things up, I get it, to be fair. But you know, would I liked to have had a human narrator? Sure. But honestly, I don't mind, you know. Just the fact that things were described is good. And, you know, it's not like they were using eSpeak or anything. So, I was okay with that. So then we went to Back for Blood. You know, we're getting that on October. And it is also coming to Game Pass. Now, what I don't know is if it's coming to Game Pass for console or if it's coming to console and PC, because that's the one thing about Game Pass that has been a little screwy is some stuff comes to both and some stuff is console only. And I need to find that out because I don't remember where, but I got kind of a pre-order deal, so I got it pre-ordered through Steam already. If Game Pass, this is a game that I would totally play with keyboard and mouse. I mean, I know some people play it on a controller with console, that's fine. But this is a game, you got hordes after you. I definitely want to play with a faster keyboard and mouse setup. So, if that came to Game Pass PC, I don't know, would I cancel my pre-order and just play it through Game Pass? Maybe. But if it's only console and it doesn't come to Game Pass for PC, well then we'll just for sure keep the Steam pre-order because this is a PC game through and through for me. So then we go. No gameplay here, but Contraband. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be, but again, it looks kind of, dystopian in nature or something. So don't know much about that. We got a Sea of Thieves Pirates of the Caribbean crossover type of spiel, and that is going to be coming out, oh god, what was it, like in either late June or July, like it's soon, so that is coming soon, and it actually looked pretty solid. So Sea of Thieves fans are definitely going to be probably pretty happy about that. Now the Yakuza Like a Dragon has also come to Game Pass. That's pretty cool, and it sounds like a Dragon is English voice acted. Now, they did switch from the kind of brawler combat of the other games, and they switched to this turn-based, which personally I'm not as much of a fan of. But, it might be worth checking out. It might be interesting. And for if it's on Game Pass, hey, maybe I'll check it out. I did get the Judgment game for the PS5 and kind of started that a little bit because that's your kind of, again, your brawler combat, but it's a spin-off, and it is English voice acted. Because subtitles I just can't read fast enough, so the other games in the series are kind of out for me right now. Battlefield 2 or 2042. I mean, it looks really good, but it's just one of those things that it's just going to be chaotic and team-based, and so I don't know that I'm really going to be able to play it that well. So that's one I probably won't be playing unless some fluke happens. 12 Minutes. We did get a release date, and it is coming this summer. I believe, I didn't write it down, but I believe it's either like August or something. So, but we are getting it. We did get an official release date, and again, it is coming to Game Pass, so we can play that. Psychonauts 2, also coming in August, and it is coming to Game Pass. So Psychonauts 2, huzzah, we get to play that. Looking forward to that. Then they did some Bethesda stuff, Fallout 76, some new content there coming. We got Elder Scrolls Online, some new content for that, kind of stuff around like Oblivion and whatnot. And I don't know, like, I gotta find out if Elder Scrolls Online is like a monthly fee for a subscription. If not, it might be something that I really should take a look at just to see if I like it or not, or if it's playable for me or not. But that, it looks, people are saying pretty good things about it, so it might be worth checking out. Party Animals. This came out of nowhere for me. I don't know what the heck this is. Some kind of, it's, kind of a cutesy thing. There's all kinds of animals, and there's like people dancing and singing on stage, and so I don't know if it's like some like mini games or all kinds of weird, I don't know, but it's not coming out till next year, and it looks really kind of zany, and I believe that's a Game Pass title too, so I'm just, if nothing else, intrigued to see what it is. Hades coming to Game Pass. So if you haven't played it, Soon will be the time. I need to get back into that because I really like the story and the voice acting, and the combat ain't bad either. I just need to become better at it. But yeah, Hades is a really good action RPG. Really good. Surprisingly, they didn't end with Halo Infinite. They had that in the middle of their conference, which left me wondering, God, if that's in the middle, what are they leaving toward the end? And they showed a little bit of like Halo multiplayer. They showed some kind of cutscene-y stuff for the campaign, and we are getting it. They didn't give a release date. They said this holiday season. So my guess would be November something. They're leaving it a little vague. They're probably going to kind of push it to the last minute. My guess is it'll be probably the weekend before Thanksgiving, or like somewhere right in that couple week period. So Halo Infinite, that's cool, and it looked pretty good. I thought it looked all right. Diablo Reincarnation, that is coming this September to consoles and stuff. So people like hack and slashy stuff. I still got to get around to Diablo 3. Good God. So that is coming soon. Far Cry 6, we've been talking about that, so I'm not really going to talk more about that too much. They just showed a little bit more of the character, some gameplay clips, that kind of a thing. Slime Rancher 2, this is a game, the first game, I've got it on PC, but I haven't gotten around to trying it yet. Got it on a deep sale one time. My friend, one of my friends played it, and he said he really liked it, so I think it might be one of those sort of chill games where once I figure out the systems, that might be another one I can play and listen to other things and just kind of wander around, explore, collect and farm the little slime dudes. But very bright and colorful. Oh yeah, Shredder's snowboarding game. I wonder what the controls are going to be like. So we've got the Ubisoft game that has multiple sports in it, and then we have this one for the Xbox systems that is just snowboarding, apparently. It looked fun. I would definitely give it a shot, and if I remember, that is a Game Pass title as well. Like I said, 27 out of 30 are Game Pass titles. I don't exactly know what Atomic Hearts is. I need to really figure that one out a little bit more, but it looked interesting from what I remember. That's all I'll really say about that title, because I just don't really know too much about it. Replaced is a game that is kind of a 2D action game of some sort, and I don't know the whole details, but I heard something about like something about like I don't know, there's like cyborgs or cybernetics or something or other to deal with it. But that's not coming out until 2022, so we got a little while to wait for that one. Grounded is getting another update, and a big old spider and other monstrosities, kind of the Shroom and Doom update, as it were. That's the one where it's kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and you're kind of in the backyard and crafting and surviving and whatnot. Looked interesting. Haven't gotten around to it yet. And then we got another Plague Tale game coming out next year. I still have to play the first one. It's on my system. I just have to get around to it. Again, you're noticing a pattern here. Too many games, yet I have to collect them all. I don't know. Thank God for Game Pass. Age of Empires 4, official reveal for that, and that is also coming out in, I want to say, September. That one, I'm not so sure that I'll be playing. It's more in like the focus on Chinese stuff, which is cool. But I just haven't even gotten around to even really trying to get through with the text-to-speech support that like Age of Empires 2 has, or 3. So, I mean, I'm just not super into the real-time strategy games. I'm not really that great at them. I appreciate them for what they are, but yeah, AoE 4, so that's a thing. Outer Worlds 2, that trailer was pretty good. One of those self-aware, kind of mocking, snarky trailers. I enjoyed that. That's not coming until at least next year. So, that's cool. Like I said, I did a video for the first game, but I stopped playing it because playing it made my computer go a little bit crazy. Like, it ran it okay, But my computer, or some fan in my computer, whenever I played that game, it just went nuts and kind of sounded a little bad. So I don't know if it's the way the game was optimized or not, or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to leave that for my new system whenever I get it replaced or whenever I upgrade. Flight Simulator is coming to console this summer, including a Top Gun add-on, so you get to fly one of those crazy jets, which sounds fun, but I would probably end up crashing into a mountain. Now, here we go, the last couple. Forza Horizon 5. Holy crap. That game looks incredible. This is the open world version, so they're Turn 10 is still working on the mainline Forza games. But Horizon 5 is set in Mexico, and they showed all kinds of gameplay, all kinds of vehicles and environments, and like I said, damn. In the stream, man, I'm like, this almost looks photorealistic. Like, it looks mighty good. I mean, even on the older generation, the current, the Xbox One, and what I played on the PC, that looked fine. That looked great. But yeah, next gen is definitely here because open world, and that game, it seemed to run like butter. So we'll see how good that looks, and that is coming out in the fall. It's either September or October, I forget. So there's going to be a lot coming. But yeah, I'm very curious. Like, I hope they announce ahead of time. We were talking about it on the stream, and I've talked about it before. These first-party titles, I wonder how many of them, if any, are going to include any form of accessibility. I know that Turn 10, and I don't know about the Horizon crew, but I know that the Forza people are interested in working on accessibility because I talked to some people at the Game Accessibility Conference a couple of years ago. So will it have text-to-speech for the menus and stuff? I don't know. Will it have like any in-game assists or things, audio or haptic feedback for blind players? I don't know. But it is one that I will definitely kind of keep an eye on because, wow, yeah, I mean, that just looked like a pretty good racing game. And then they ended with a surprise title that I had no idea of. Some kind of open worldy action vampire game that you can play alone or with friends called Redfall. They didn't show any gameplay. It was all cinematic stuff, but I mean, what I saw, I mean, the engine stuff looked good. It looked like there's going to be a lot of shooting and superpower, like vampire powers and all kinds of craziness. So, yeah, I mean, that is summer next year, I think they said, if it doesn't get pushed back. Summer 2022. And that was Microsoft. So, overall, I think that Microsoft did a pretty dang good job. I mean, I've seen a couple people saying, oh, that was a waste of time. I don't know. I thought there were a few good surprises in there. There was information on games that we knew about, but we want to see. We got release dates on a lot of different games. 12 Minutes, Psychonauts, Halo. We even got a Forza. They did acknowledge stuff that they didn't show. They acknowledged Perfect Dark and Fable and all that stuff. So there's plenty to come. So yeah, Microsoft is definitely kicking her into gear, and it sounds like this year they're pretty much going to have at least one major game every month for the rest of 2021. So can't complain about that. Then we got Square Enix. Now, some of this was meh, but we'll get into that. But there was some great stuff too. Forspoken, they had a little clip of that before it started, and I need to know more about this because it looked fast and like this third-person-y thing, but you're like some kind of creature or something, and what little gameplay I saw, it looked intriguing, and so I kind of want to know more about what that is, and I'm not sure I saw a release date, so I do want to know more about what that is. But then, when it officially started, the main game that really caught my attention, and I really genuinely want to be good, Guardians of the Galaxy. They probably showed about 10 minutes or better of gameplay. And it was gameplay. They showed a trailer a bit, and then they showed straight up gameplay for a good chunk of a mission. And this game reminded me of like an action-y third-person shooter. It had Mass Effect like character decisions. I mean, all of the you play the main character of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And all of the other characters are with you. You're making decisions, big ones, little ones. Decisions. You're shooting dudes. You're giving orders. And the whole time, like, your whole crew is just, all the Guardians are talking smack against each other and making wise cracks, and just, they were talking constantly, but it just looked fun. It looked really good. I really hope that they pull together for the full game, but that is coming this year. And I want to say that might be an October outfit. I think, if I remember correctly, September, October, but I'm pretty sure it's October. Something, middle of October, if I recall. But that one, like I said, if it's consistent throughout, it is a single-player game, a story-based game, and it looks quite good, in my opinion. At least I really, really hope that it is, because it looks great so far. Then they have a bunch of Final Fantasy stuff, of course. They got this Final Fantasy VII upgrade for PS5, that kind of stuff. And then there's like this whole Final Fantasy, like, was it like 1 through 6 coming to, weirdly, it sounds like it's coming to Steam and mobile first, and then consoles probably later. And of course, it's not just a collection, because it's Square Enix and it's Final Fantasy. It sounds like they're going to be charging for each one separately, because they know that fanboys will buy it. And I mean, come on, the game. How many times have you sold some of these games? Some of them you have, some you haven't, but like, there's been stuff out there before. Just sell it as a collection. But they said they know they're going to get their money from it, so. And, if it's coming to Steam and mobile, you kind of know. I saw somebody on Twitter real quick. They're like, yeah, and the PC version is just going to be the mobile version adapted for PC, which is going to be probably a shoddy port. So, I mean, we'd like to be proven wrong, but if you're a Final Fantasy fan, there's some good and bad there, because, okay, they're coming out with them, but they're going to charge you a lot more for them, and who knows what the ports are going to be like. So, whatever. Legend of Mana is out later this month, apparently, so who knows when we'll get a chance to play that. We got a Black Panther game coming out. I'm not quite sure when that is coming, but we got a Black Panther game coming out. That should be pretty good. Another Hitman game, but you play as somebody else. I didn't get the full title, but another Hitman game, because Agent 47 apparently went missing after the end of the other story. So you get to see from another character's perspective. Nier Reincarnation, and that is a mobile Nier game. I don't know. Anytime I hear mobile, all I hear is the little cha-ching, cha-ching sound, because they're going to monetize the crap out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and say, unless they prove me wrong, I really don't care. Babylon's Fall. This one is from Platinum, and so it's going to be action-y. It looked pretty interesting. I'm curious to see what that's going to be, so we'll keep an eye on that. Not sure of a release date for that yet. And then we get Life is Strange True Colors, which is a new Life is Strange game coming out in September. And then if you get the deluxe edition, you get a remastered version of essentially the first game and its expansion. So you get you get Max and Chloe's story in full that's just been up-resed and remastered and touched up and things like that. So I don't know, this new one, it could be interesting. I like the stories that are in them, but they always have some sort of a superpower twist. You know, you had the first game, you could rewind time. The second game, you could your brother character could kind of do telekinesis stuff. This one, it's like super empathy power or something, and I already see people making fun of it. Ooh, empathy, that's a superpower. Which, I don't know. I mean, yeah, there are some people that are really tuned into others a lot more than other people, but I don't know. It could be gimmicky. It could work. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we saw a little bit of sort of conceptual gameplay of how that would work. There's like this pink or purple aura around, and then you can kind of tap into people's thoughts, and then if it's powerful enough, then you can kind of see the world from their perspective and sort of change the way that they feel or think or something. I don't know. We'll see. So Life is Strange could be interesting. We'll see. And then I got to look up the title here. Hang on. I didn't write it down because I forgot to. Oh, and of course you're gonna, oh man, really? Hang on. No, it's not that. It's a Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise. It's like a third-person action-y take on some sort of Final Fantasy story. I don't really know who the characters are. I'm assuming that people who are into the Final Fantasy series know who these people are, but I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely interested in more of a brawler. You know, you're using weapons, of course, but I'm definitely more interested in that than your typical. I mean, I know they've moved away from more of your straight up menu combat, and I do need to try the 7 remake, but yeah, I thought it looked interesting, so we'll see what that's like when it comes out. So, you know, overall, I mean, the Square one was kind of hit and miss. Like, I didn't care about a lot of it in the middle, but they wrapped up with that Final Fantasy brawler kind of a thing, or action game, and then they kicked it off with Guardians of the Galaxy, and those are definitely the highlights of the Square Enix thing for me. So I would say very solid show from Microsoft. Quite good there. They're making a huge, compelling case for Game Pass for sure. A lot of games are cross-gen. There's a few that are only next-gen, but you know, there's a lot of good games there. And Square Enix has got some stuff. Like I said, if you're into RPGs, of course, they got you covered there. Eidos has got some stuff coming. And then, like I said, the main one, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the one that's coming up for me that I think I am definitely the most hopeful for. So, a lot to cover. And we still have at least 2 more, actually 3 more. We got the Back for Blood, and then we got PC Games Show, and we have the Future Games Show yet today. So stay tuned because there is more E3 for Sunday, and we still got 2 days left. We have a whole bunch of random things tomorrow, and then some things on Tuesday, and I'm really interested to see what Nintendo's going to bring to the table. So we will continue this E3 stuff next time. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally-cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. So until next time, I will chat with everybody again next time. Later.